do. Step on the scale.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
We can do this, my friend. One step at a time. Let's get to work. I think it's pretty clear at this point that I have lived a life of excess, but too little purpose, accountability, and I'm always chasing that next thing. And I've talked about many of those things on this channel before. And obviously I've tried to change before, different tactics, different strategies, but none of them stuck. And I think because of the reasons why I was trying to change weren't good enough. But I think the most important thing is why you're doing this. And I had no mission until now. If you're new here, I am Jamie, I'm 35, I'm from the UK, and I'm trying to dig myself out of this big hole that I've got myself into. And yes, I want to lose fat, get stronger, get noticed. What drives me now is this self-appointed mandate of service. To become a man capable of helping others. My family, my future wife and kids, my local community. I'm now trying to burn the excess that I've been going through my entire life and get rid of the debt, get rid of the doubt that I could ever achieve these things that I want to achieve.
You will never change!
And you do not know me.
I want to build and am going to build the body, mind, life, purpose that is capable of giving me a better life, but also impacting others in a positive way. I'm fasting, I'm training, which will be a new thing as well. I'm paying off £1,000 of debt, relaunching my creative and art career. It's about making progress and helping others do the same. I'm trying to rebuild everything from the ground up. So if you're on a similar journey that I am, or you just want to watch for entertainment purposes, that's fine too. But if you're doing this to achieve something, to progress towards something, to make a positive impact on whatever you want to make an impact on, that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel. So stick around. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll help me, maybe we'll help each other. But it's about making that impact and that progress, hopefully together. Or don't, and I'll just keep talking to myself, that's okay too. Let's get on to the plan and what I'm actually doing to accomplish all these things. The truth is I have absolutely horrible eating habits and terrible portion control. If I were to have one biscuit, I'd have the whole pack. And I'm absolutely, definitely, 100% addicted to sugar. Fasting has helped me before, and I've done multiple multi-day fasts. I've done 3 weeks, I've done 30 days. So I know my body handles it well. But I think what I finally accepted is that fasting cannot be a crutch. It has to be a tool. I used to think that I would just fast until I lost 30 pounds, rinse and repeat. Fast for 2 weeks, and that's what I said previously on this channel. But in doing so, and in my previous fast, I never actually would learn how to properly eat. And as stupid as that sounds, I do have a really bad relationship to food. So now I'm just going to change that. I'm now doing a rolling 72-hour fast plan. And this is how it works. So I fast for 3 full days. I break the fast with 1 controlled meal. Then I roll straight back into another 3-day fast. It's simple, it's tight, and it gives me structure without letting me get too complacent. I'm still in a big calorie deficit, but now I'm learning how to eat with discipline, not just avoid eating altogether. I think this plan also gives me the flexibility and space to start training now. And I've said before that I wanted to start weightlifting when I was slim or close to it, but I think that's pretty stupid. A full body workout on refeed days with cardio in between, I think gives me the best of both worlds, fat burning and muscle building. The long-term goal here isn't just to be smaller, just to be slimmer. It's to be stronger, more capable, more disciplined. Everything that I just discussed is to be of service. And to be of service, I have to be the best version of myself. As I previously talked about on this channel, I am training for a half marathon. And I did in the back of my mind think, how am I going to do that while also fasting for 2 weeks. But this new fasting plan, this new rhythm, is finally getting me to move without burning out or spiraling, or at least worrying about those things. And I'm doing all this while working 3 jobs. And that's not to brag, believe me, there's nothing to brag about. But I just wanted to highlight it because there's a lot of people who feel like they cannot do anything. And I want to show that no matter how big you are or how much in debt you are, or whatever circumstance you think you're in, you can do something to better yourself. I'm earning an extra £1,000 a month on top of my main job to pay off debt. I'm also moving a lot more. So with the fasting as well, this tight rhythm, this tight plan that I've put in place, everything starts to come together. We're on day 1 of the fast. And to be honest, out of all the fasts I've done, this is probably the easiest one I've done so far. And normally for me, day 1 is the worst. It's the hardest one with the most cravings. And honestly, it's been a breeze, but it's a bit windy. I don't know if you can, hopefully these mufflers work on these mics, but it's been quite easy because I've been quite busy all day. And I've not really felt any weakness, anything like that. So it's been a really comfortable start to the fast, and I hope that every round of these 72 hours are similar. But I guess while I've not fasted consistently for a while, my body's just jumped straight back into it. That's what I think has happened. One of those more specific things that I am looking into that I do feel has the biggest impact of what I've been doing so far is my testosterone. And I have talked about that previously in a different video, and I did order a test. And the reason I ordered a test was that I was starting to notice different symptoms. My energy's been through the floor, my mood swings more than I'd like to admit, and my motivation has been very, very low. It's like a fog that hangs around me all the time, dulling everything. And I used to think it was mainly just depression, which it does do that. It does feel like a cloud over your head, but I'm kind of out of that depression now, I think. So I've been looking at different things that it could be. And I think testosterone is the main one that it is. So we'll just go over the results now. As suspected, they did come back pretty low. They came in at 6.75 and free testosterone 0.144. Whenever I've seen people post their results online, it's always out of 1,000. So it's a different system. It might be like an American system or like a worldwide system, I'm not sure. But it's really bad, especially for my age. And I should be in my sort of prime right now. So my plan to increase this, obviously we're going to retest in around 3 months. Just see where we're at. But basically what I'm doing now is going to hopefully, in theory, massively improve this result. So losing weight is the biggest thing. I think fat really disrupts testosterone, increases estrogen, that sort of thing. But I think one of the main things is, and why I went back to like a rolling 72 rather than my initial plan, was I could incorporate weightlifting. That was the main thing. And so I can do these things at the same time, and weightlifting is going to improve my testosterone. And I have also looked into the types of food. So obviously just eating real whole food is a massive, massive bonus, but eating red meat, which is also, was originally part of the plan anyway, but I've doubled down onto basically what my refeeds are going to be. And those are going to include a lot of red meat, specifically beef, eggs, that sort of thing. I think it will improve massively, but the point is to get the data in, then take control of whatever we need to do. Getting towards the end of day 2 now, my first cycle of the rolling 72-hour fast. It's going really well. Really went well yesterday, still the same today. I've had absolutely no issues. No dizziness, no lightheadedness. Been taking a little bit of salt in my finger, but I will start drinking electrolytes, and I'll go through in the next video what the ingredients are and what I'll be taking with them ones. I've still got to go for a walk later, So there's this hill right by my house, and I've been looking at it for the last 3 years, and I always think, oh, that'd be a good hill to run up or power walk up and really get the juices flowing. I've dubbed it, let me show you, this hill. I've dubbed it the Hill of Triumph because it's going to help me get to where I need to go. And I'm basically going to walk up one side, walk down the next 10 times. The thing is, I've been bigging it up in my head for a little while, and it's just been no issue. And I'm not saying this will be the same for everyone else. I'm just saying that for me at the moment it's going well. Maybe the next one will be worse, I don't know, but this is the process that I've chosen and this is the one I'll stick with. So, but for now, going well. Tomorrow I'll do like a final video and then just show the difference between my first weigh-in and, you know, the 3 days. Probably around 14 pounds, but we'll see at the end, see if I'm correct. But that's what it normally is, 3 days for me, at least the first one, because you lose a lot of water weight, especially on the first fast. And then it depends, if you were doing a rolling, for example, it would also depend on what you're eating in that one meal or that one day, whatever you decide to do. So if you eat a lot of carbs, for example, I imagine that you'd put on a bit more water. But, you know, this is all from experience. I'm not a scientist. I'm not, you know, telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And how we're approaching it a bit differently than I have been in the past. We're going to try and do one push-up, like a normal push-up. Oh God. And see how it goes. That was embarrassing. There we go. My technique is probably horrible. As funny as this is, and you're allowed to laugh, it's fine. I'm laughing as well. But I'm also a 35-year-old man, and just look at this bit, look at this. I can't even sit up. I cannot sit up, and I'm not even playing. I know my technique is bad, I need to have like weight under my legs, but I cannot sit up. And this plank, it's probably like 6 seconds, 10 seconds. Seeing this from the third person and not just feeling it, I think has actually really shocked me and is a bit of a wake-up call, I think, because I did think that I probably had better fitness than this, and you've probably noticed in videos, and even I had one comment to say once that I was out of breath just sitting and talking to the camera. But it really has opened my eyes a lot, and I knew I had a long way to go, but this really shows how long and how far I've got to go. But that's what this is about, isn't it? This is, no matter where you're starting, and hopefully if you're in a similar position, this has inspired you a little bit to show that you're not alone. And hopefully in a few months or a year, I can look back on this video and just compare it to, you know, me running the marathon and, you know, me being a lot stronger, being able to do like normal push-ups and planks and stuff, like normal human stuff. But let's get this wrapped up. So we're getting towards the end of day 3 now, and I'm just going off to buy my meat, basically. So it's basically just a carnivore refeed. I'm gonna have some beef mince, some eggs, which I've already got. Then I'm gonna have some pork belly slices, really like them. And then I might have a little bit of cottage cheese as well, because I really like the texture and it's got a bit of protein in it. And then that's it. And then I eat that. We're gonna take like an hour, and then we'll roll straight back into another fast. One of the biggest lessons I've learned so far in this whole process of relaunching or soft relaunching this channel and really putting health at the forefront where it should have been all along. Perfectionism kills progress. Realistically, this video could have come out weeks ago. And I even said in my last video where I was talking about the upgrades, I'll be gone a week, maybe 2 weeks, and that was it. But it's been over a month. And that's because I was going round and round and round in circles, overthinking, trying to change the format, rebrand, and being too perfect and trying to get these dramatic changes. That's how I've operated my entire life. I'm a very black and white person. And I've always thought like, it must be done now. The weight must come off now. I must be out of debt tomorrow. And yes, ideally that would be very, very nice. But success doesn't really work like that, I've learned. And these things like the changes to the channel, the big things that I wanted to do, they will come, but they have to be layered on top of each other. And that everything worth doing cannot happen right now because it has to be earned, and you have to learn the skills and experience to actually accomplish the things you want to do. But that sort of mindset became a trap where I was stuck on the idea of fasting for 2 weeks, but I couldn't quite do it because the idea of it was so daunting that I would get a few days in and then, oh God, I've got another week and a half of this. No, I can't do it. But it can't come at the expense of other important things. And something else has started to happen too. I've started to slow down. Not really in my ambition because that's still sky high. But I've started to enjoy the process more. Started to enjoy like the little moments a bit more.
Time is a companion who goes with us on the journey. Reminds us to cherish every moment. Because it'll never come again.
Perfectionism kills progress. Even if that progress is just a little bit slower than I wanted, it's a little bit messier perhaps, but it's more meaningful and has more impact potentially and hopefully on more people. So next week's video, there'll be more updates on my weight. So there'll be more cycles that I would have completed on the fasting. There'll be more exercise I would have done. I also want to talk about a lot about finances. It's been a while since we talked about finances. I have paid off some more debt in the meantime, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a few other things about my appearance, how I'm trying to upgrade that, what I've done so far in my time off, and also a few things about bodyweight exercises, flexibility, posture, trying to fix those other things. And remember, conquer thyself, rebuild everything. Take care. Bye-bye.